Up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 20, NASDAQ up 19, S&P's up 4.5, gold contract down $4.70, trading $18.61 an ounce. You get silver flat, $25.78 an ounce. Light sweet crude off 41 cents, $52.90 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year down 4 ticks, 136.27. The 30-year off half a point or 18 ticks, 168.14. And King Dollar down 299 ticks, trading 90.176. Euros at 121. Yen is at 103.56, and the British pound's at 137 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
You got to love when you just buy the tech stocks, man. You're up 1.5% to 5% every day. There we go. Boom. Oh. Day's over. We're good.
There's no doubt. That was, yesterday, folks, pretty amazing. And, Google, bottom line, Google's in an ABC structure up, man. Blew away its swing point. Blew it away with volume, and it's a big ABC, man. 2 days ago, Google was trading at 17.41. You're at 19.28, man. Wow. Yeah. So, bottom line, I think inside that NDX, folks, okay, what you should be looking for is that are we going to get more ABC structures on the way up? And if that's what you get, guess what? Yeah, this market, taking a rest out here today, but you can expect it after what we did out here yesterday. So we'll see where that shakes out.
I talked about on my. I was just going to add to it because you're right. Some people would say, "Man, that's crazy." Tech stocks, all they've done is go up, right? But when you actually look at the chart, man, I mean, Apple's back to where it was trading at in almost August.
Yes.
And so some of these, I mean, Amazon, we talked about. That's basically in a consolidation since July. Google's making all-time highs right now. They are the exception, which is so amazing considering the antitrust. They were kind of the first one. They're going to take it from both sides probably, but things looking a little bit better right now. But some of these stocks, it's not as outlandish in my mind is all I'm, trying to wrap my head around. They've consolidated. The NASDAQ's continued higher, but some of the biggest leaders in the early part, like Amazon, I mean, even Microsoft we talk about. Microsoft is basically up. What's that?
Go ahead.
I was just going to basically back it. I mean, just above where you were at in July. So just not too. There's been a consolidation in some of these that I could see that acceleration. It's just somehow in our heads, I feel like we all think that Microsoft, Apple, Amazon have all been going up since the lows of March, and actually that's not the case.
No doubt. And when I was listening to you this morning, I stopped bringing some of these up, and what Tom was talking about, folks, is that. The bottom line is that some of the big tech stocks have been. Look at this, Microsoft. That's a 5-month consolidation, man. It's. And I'll tell you another number that I thought was shocking, because I feel like we've been going up forever. But when Tim Boss was just on with Larry, he basically did some stats about first terms inside the presidencies, right? And the bottom line is that.
Yes.
4 years when Trump was in, your market's up 53%. Well, that's not a lot, folks, in comparison. So it's like, you got to be kidding me, man. It just seems like it was more. I mean, do you know what I mean? It does.
It does. And he put up, whether it was, I think he had Eisenhower, Obama, and Clinton, first 4 years. Things change if you go 8. He talks about Reagan, but that was cool. That was a nice.
Right.
And I agree, man. You pull up the S&P, and it's been quite a run, but we have these runs sometimes. And you look at, what was crazy, right? I started talking about it at some of the lows of the market in March. Man, I still got look at this. This is cool. I still have the line on my chart, okay? We made it back to basically 2014 prices in the Dow, man, at the lows. Right. And I remember saying, come on, man. You're talking about the last 6-7 years with technology. Now it's the Dow. It's a different story. NASDAQ wasn't even close to that level. But just something to keep your brain around it. Everything seems in the heat of the moment like it's just it's tough to have context sometimes. So it's important to have it. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at those notes and bonds. So bottom line is that you get the 10-year right now. That is laying out, you're down 4 ticks. Bottom line is that you're still, let's see, I believe it's right at it. 136.26, I think is the number. Yeah, it is. 136.26 is the number. That's where we are to get in the higher range. Folks, there's a great article on Bloomberg, and if you Google it, Google bonds and then Google Dudley. Dudley is, I'm not sure whether he's on the Fed Reserve anymore. But the bottom line, it's a great article, man. I mean, it's about what the Federal Reserve faces right now and where he thinks this thing's going to shake out. And it has to do with, the bottom line. If you were in the market, the taper tantrum, when Bernanke came out and basically said that he just hinted that rates were going to go up, and the market took conniptions like beyond belief. And what the article's about is that the bottom line is that when the Fed does stop buying every month, someone has to come in, and the Fed itself is saying, hey, listen, man, they're going to be buying for quite some time. And he was talking about, like, how are they going to do it? There's no good way of doing it. That's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to, folks.
There's no good way for the market to take demand out of the market, right?
Exactly. And
that's it.
if you are a bear, I can tell you this. I'm a bull in the bond market, folks. But if you are a bear, please read this, okay? Because if you believe in supply and demand at all, okay, the Fed keeps buying notes and bonds. And they're going to keep buying.
And I have the article up here. I'll post a link to it in the YouTube den as well. When the Fed tapers, the market will have a tantrum by Bill Dudley.
Right.
And I don't think he is. I'm not sure if he is, if it talks about it. It's an opinion article out there.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure if they...
He's probably not a governor anymore. I mean, he was for a long period of time.
He was, for sure. Right. I'm not. Either way, pretty cool, man. And I'll post those links in the YouTube Tigers Den in the Den in a moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a great article. That's the bottom line.
It's a great point. You better wrap your head around that, man. If you don't believe that, taking out buyers of a market is going to have an impact, it's especially coming from where we're coming from,
There's no doubt. No doubt. Yeah. So let's go take a look at one of the Tigers, CRDF. Okay, so you got Cardiff Oncology. The low's 70 cents, the high's 25. He's looking to, they want to know whether Cohen reinstituted. I don't see anything Cohen and Company reinstituting research on the company. It doesn't mean it's not there, though. That's the bottom line. So right now, this stock's trading at $11. That's down from 25, and you're basically coming back into the breakout area. That's that 11.18. These are there's so many equities that have done this, folks. Okay. You go topside in a big way, and then you pull back. Well, Plug's going to be another 3-gap. Well, Plug's a 3-gap play. You're up 29 cents right now, but guess what? That gap where it took off from is $36. You're at 62, and it hit 75. That's something to keep your eye on. If you're long Plug, man, I'd take some money big time. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 68. You get the Nasdaq up 76. S&Ps are up 4.5. Let's take a look inside that NDX, Tom, and see what we have happening here. So Moderna is the leader out here today. That's up 4.7%. You get Pace Car up 4.4, and ASML, that's a chip company, up 3.8. Taken away from it, Walgreens Boots is down 2.6. You got Mercado Libre off 2.4, and you got Trip.com off 2.4. So, bottom line is that you do have the composite at higher price. You know, taking a little break compared to where we went yesterday. Let's go look at those small caps. I was listening to you on those small caps, and I was looking at those this morning, man. You know, because that was some major divergence yesterday, folks.
Sure was.
Yeah, you know, you're still at highs, though. Yeah, you're at highs.
Everything's at highs right now on a daily,
yeah.
right?
Well, and
really
the small caps are really tricky, folks, okay? I've traded them a lot, but they're really tricky, man. What they don't move, then they don't move, and then all of a sudden they explode either downtown or uptown. So it's kind of a, you know, intraday I like trading them, but overnight they're pretty dangerous, man. You know.
I mean, you're up 10% in about 2 weeks, let alone if you go back to the beginning of the November 1st runs where you're up about 40%.
These numbers,
is that right?
These
60,
these numbers
40%.
are something else, man.
I gotta check my. I know 1,500 to 2,100. You had 600 points. Yeah, 15 points is 10%. Yeah.
We're gonna learn, folks. You know, unfortunately, it'll take a little bit of time, but you know, this inflation, to me, the inflation's kicking in here because I've seen prices go up like this. Now, the last time, you know, was in '98, that every day you'd walk into work. It was actually heavier than this. Every day you'd walk into work and the markets would be up like just big numbers, and stocks would be up $20 and $30. It's not like that, and this time stocks aren't making money. But I just think that that's what's really kicking in here, is that inflating numbers in general. which would make sense. I mean, because the bottom line is that there's money everywhere. I mean, it's like, you know.
I think some of these bigger companies as well, in terms of just the FANG deal going on, they still have so far to go potentially, man.
Oh, they do.
We saw it with Netflix yesterday. We're seeing it with Amazon over the last 2 days. When you go from, you know, we're up $200+ man on Amazon in 2 days. And just the premise of everything's happening fast. We talk about many times, man, it's difficult to wrap your brains around that we might be in a society of self-driving cars, drones dropping off Amazon packages, right? And it's coming, man, before you know it. 5-10 years or something like that, it's potentially 5G is here. And 5 or 10 years down the road, which is not a long time, with the type of differences you might start to see with electric vehicles, electric fleets of vehicles that are self-driving. I mean, you talked about it in St. Pete, right? You guys have certain vehicles that are going exact routes. That's the thing that they can definitely do right now. If you put an automated vehicle on an exact route where it's not seen, you know, they don't have to plan for an infinite amount of potential variables. They know kind of the landscape. They're pretty much there, as you were saying on one of our last shows, man. It's pretty cool.
And folks, the vehicle is so cool, it's unbelievable. The vehicle, you know, it's like a little van, nice looking van, and all 4 wheels turn. You know, so when you see it, you can see it park, just like, guess what? There's a car in front, there's a car in back, it parks in there in a second, it turns, it comes out in a second. I mean, it's crazy. And there's no one, well, there's no driver. And yeah, you know, I mean, when I start thinking about the Swan Tummy, right, you know, you turn us on to Instacart, right? So, you know, I was on Instacart this morning, and bringing up the aspect of, like, the Jetsons going forward, well, once I think I start getting used to Instacart, I don't think I'm going to be going out to the store. So
listen,
there's one thing right there that is a monster change. I mean, I'll go, you know what I'm saying, I'll go out to the store, but not as much.
It's all like, yeah, no, it's all whatever you want to do, really, right? As in for you, for me, myself right now, working from home, the time value, because you're paying a little bit of a premium, right?
Yeah.
But the time value is worth it, you know, and that's a situation people, you know, you're going to have to make that trade-off. For a lot of people, though, time, man, is so valuable, right? And so I'm on like my 23rd or 24th Instacart order. But folks, you know, you hit up, it doesn't have to be huge orders even, right? You can do, I think it's $35. We're going to have to get Instacart to send us some gear or something, man. Yeah. It's $35 for free delivery if you sign up for their like $99 a year. $35 in groceries, you know, you buy a couple non-perishables to get over, not the end of the world. But when you start talking about 23 trips to the grocery store over the last like month or two,
that's
in my experience or something, it's huge, man. It's huge. And the thing they have to overcome, right, and is that, number one, just so to put it to them in the same way, their inventory control management is not where it should be. They always have everything kind of available on their app. They show up to the store, oh, these aren't available. Right? They need to overcome that. They need to not have that on their item list if it's not available in the store. That seems to be something they can overcome. They're not quite there yet. What they do to overcome that is that depending on who you get as your shopper, like I had a person yesterday, they asked me literally, what kind of bananas do you want? Do you want the ones that are like extra green? Do you want extra ripe? And I was like, man, nobody even asked. I don't want them too ripe because I want them to last. Whereas some people just grab whatever is. Some people, you know, we had yogurt. They just grab it. Oh, it was expired by a day. That's Publix's fault for putting out yogurt that's expired already. The person should be checking it. So they have a few obstacles. But guess what they also do, man? You put it right in their chart. You say, hey, I had a problem with this. I had a problem with that. They give you a credit for the next order. I say, no harm, no foul. Not usually the end of the world. But like you're saying, man, that's like a huge, huge difference when you think about groceries delivered right to your front door, man, you know, all that stuff.
Seriously. Let's go to Jose in Lakeland. What's going on, brother?
Top of the morning, fellas. Sorry I'm late for class. I was talking to Becky at the water cooler.
Oh, yeah? Are you getting into these banks or what? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm calling. You mentioned Morgan. You mentioned J.P. Morgan has got the best going for it. I made a mistake and bought Morgan Stanley by accident, which reported pretty decent earnings.
That's huge. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you're in good shape here, man. Now, check this out, folks. I mean, if you're in for a little longer trade here, man, this is a monster ABC up. You get your B point on this is 68. Your A is 46. So you basically get $22, which gets you 77, 87 bucks, man. There's the A to B equals C to D.
Now, Tom. Now, I hear what you're saying, but they're nickel and diming this. Is this normal action? It's been down a few days since then. Well, it's been down.
No, for sure. I mean, because it's been up so dramatically, right? There's no. I mean, if we go back 3 weeks ago, it was at 67 and went to 76. So this has to consolidate. I mean, you know, because I get this. It's on a weekly ABC structure up, Jose. So yeah, you're going to need some patience, and it'll go back and forth. It'll drive you crazy, but the bottom line is that this thing looks like it wants to go to 87, man.
I got you. Good deal.
Cooking, brother.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 60, Nasdaq up 52, S&P's up 5.5. Notes and bonds. 10-year down 4 ticks, 30 off 18. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now 78, Nasdaq's up 56, S&Ps are up 7.5. And if we go over to the housing market a bit here, folks, so these numbers are big. There's no doubt. So the housing numbers come out this morning. This is housing starts. Okay, this is new construction. Bottom line, fastest pace since 2006. Residentials climbed 5.8%, 1.67 million annualized rate. Now, what you want to take a look at here, okay, they were forecasting 1.56. The starts themselves and housing itself, they're still on an average basis way under the aspect of where these things have been in the past. So, and then if you take on top of this the amount of houses that are actually being built for big funds that people are never going to be able to buy, folks, it's wild. It's you know, and the houses, you know, yesterday they start running once again, and this is all about, you know, low interest rates. I mean, you know, Toll Brothers yesterday start running, Lennar start running. Toll Brothers yesterday went from 46, you know, up to 48. You're at 49.99. They're going to the top of their range, you know. So, and then, Tommy, South Florida. Listen, look at this, folks. Okay, now, so picture. Tommy and I, we live in the West Coast, okay? Now, the West Coast, folks, has not even close the amount of money that the Palm Beaches have, okay? Okay, the other side is always...
We don't have that old money over here as much.
Right. I mean...
They got you know, the likes. Anyway, go ahead, yeah.
And Palm Beach, folks, look at this number. This number is the surge in demand in Palm Beach in 1 year, okay, is saying that the median sales price went up 29%. Okay? Now, if that's the medium, okay, you can imagine, like, higher or lower than that. It's, like, crazy. But guess what? They're moving out of New York, and that's where that big money's going, man. And the funds are going down there. And
Yes.
I think that's really going to, you know, give New York a run for its money, man. And
I'd agree.
I really want to get some of these people over to St. Pete. And
well, I do, too.
Yeah.
And they'll matriculate a little bit because,
they will.
You know, you can hang on this coast, man, and be over there on, what, a 4-hour car ride.
Yes,
so
right.
That's
Right.
the scenario. I've done it myself, man. I've done this myself for like a doctor's appointment, you know, in a day.
Sure.
But when you combine Miami, too, which is a huge city, man,
Yeah.
The glamour, the glitz of Miami,
it is.
the money of Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
Pretty enticing, man. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, you know, we're on the map now for sure. We've been on the map for a while. But Miami, South Beach, man, that's a worldwide phenomenon, man, and that's you know, you're seeing it, and all of Florida is going to benefit because just like 4 hours nowadays, man, what happened? You know, you jump in your self-driving car for 4 hours, you know, read a book, watch a movie on your way over there in a few years.
Oh, it has. Like over the weekend. Now this was interesting. In St. Pete, folks, most of the people that we're dealing with, they are coming from Chicago, they're coming from Boston. New York somewhat, but, you know, I'd say, yeah, not that many. A lot of them from the Midwest. I was down over at Holmes Beach, which is only, you know, about 30 miles away from where we are. It's just a little barrier island. And I was talking to the salesman down there because, you know, we're staying at a Marriott, and it's like a condo Marriott, right?
Okay, yep.
And what an intriguing conversation this was. So in Sarasota, folks, okay, and that has some good bread, there's no doubt.
Sure,
It's an older community, though, and once people live there, then they end up moving to St. Pete when they realize that there's only 4 bars in the whole freaking place and everything closes at 9 o'clock at night. But
a little bit of bias there. Go ahead.
I know. But what happened?
Everybody moves out there. Once they find out what's going on,
what are you doing down there?
they all move.
Sorry, folks, for you guys that live in
Once
Sarasota.
they move out there, they're going there. Okay.
But listen to this, man. The sales guy's telling me that they are getting a huge amount of people from Seattle. And they come in from Seattle, folks, okay? And the money is just astronomical. He was showing me this one house. So picture this. This is a great story. You know, we've all heard about, you know, you get Google, you get Microsoft, you get all these, and you've seen all the buses that bring all the workers back and forth, and you get the cafeterias, okay? So check this out. This is crazy. This guy, he was showing me this house, $15.5 million, right? The guy came in, just bought it, just like that, right? And what the guy had done, the guy had owned that company with a partner. And a fund came in and bought them out right before COVID. The guy was so happy he couldn't see straight, okay?
Timing.
And he couldn't believe that he could get a house like that at $15 million, I'm looking at myself, oh my God, that type of money is crazy, folks. But that's happening in Sarasota, so it's pretty wild, man. I mean, and of course, then we get the tax structure. The tax structure down here is, where
well,
it's
you're right.
at.
I mean, $1 million down here, man, and you just got a palace on the water with a dock and probably a boat if you want with it.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not. Everybody knows I'm not, which is what's crazy.
Right.
Now it's Seattle. It's a little bit tough to go because, man, you got to go home to one meeting in Seattle. But why not? There's a lot of people who never have to go home for those meetings. There's a lot of people who are exclusively.
You know
remote.
what I do, and folks, if you, this is a real easy way to stay up with major cities. If you go to Redfin, right? So Redfin is a broker dealer. I mean, and you put in zip codes that you want. I have Seattle in there. I get Boston in there.
Sure.
I don't have New York, but I'm just keeping track of them. And it'll blow your mind in Seattle, what 700,000 gets. 700,000 in Seattle, folks, gets you 1,395 feet. It's oh my God.
Probably a dilapidated house that needs some work.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can see why they're elated, basically cashing in. And, in this particular case, there's plenty of folks that can still have jobs, and now you can, work all different places. So
you talked about your hometown, man, Southie. Some of the square footage numbers in Southie, they have to do with, being chained to the city of Boston, which is chained to traffic that's up there with the best of them.
Right. And
not quite going to be the same scenario in that market. I'd be a little bit worried. Doesn't mean it's going to tank. It's not exactly a Seattle, but things are a little bit crazy, man. And again, you're by the water. There's nothing like a big city. They're going to come back, but it is not the same as what it was a year ago, especially
it's pulled
the
back.
Taxes that are on top of it. Yeah.
I talked to my accountant yesterday. Franny is still up there. He's still up there. I'm down here. But we were talking about it, and the bottom line is that he says it's pulled back a good 15% up there in South Boston.
Yeah,
it
makes sense.
It's $1,300 a foot.
It's just,
and that's for an old house, folks. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, things, the world changed overnight is what happened, and there's a massive recalibration to the demand side of needing to be within minutes of a downtown. It's still necessary. It's not even close to what it was a year ago.
Right. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Dow Industrials right now, they're trading up 54, NASDAQ up 56, S&P's up 6.5. Gold is basically flat, and the dollar's giving it up, man. The dollar's down at 392 ticks. This looks to me like the dollar's going to start making this run for the bottom of the consolidation that it's in. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 40, Nasdaq up 56, S&P's up 5.5, and bottom line is that good old Bitcoin. I bring this up just for conversation, folks, because I have no clue how anyone can really invest in this. But guess what? It is what it is. Down $3,400, 34.35. It's like. The real question is going to be, does it go all the way back to its breakout area, meaning 15,000, 19,000?
Yeah. Why not? We just went down $11,000 since January 8th, 13 days. So why not another 11,000? Doesn't have to take 13 days. It could be slower or faster, man.
Wild, right?
The only way I would trade that market, if you even call it trading, is whatever you put into it has to be 100% risk capital, that you're kind of calculating some percentage of chance that it all disappears. That's the one thing I'll say.
Right. Yeah.
It has to, because there's nothing to say if it can go from 41 to 19, it can be at 4,000 again. It can go away in theory, right? Who's to say that it exists in 5 years? So.
Listen, I am a very high risk taker, folks. Okay, and I can't deal with it. So
I agree. I chuckled because I'm in the same thing, man. I've used Bitcoin to deposit into online poker sites that are based in Costa Rica. Okay, there's a certain level of risk that that money can just be gone. They're not regulated, but you're quantifying variables, and you take you try and quantify. I'm not. I haven't either, which is it makes me crack up.
Like, so picture, folks. Okay, like if I went to a casino, I will only play craps. Okay, and the casinos still have the edge on you in craps. Okay, but it's a very small edge. Okay, if you play correctly, right? And to me, that would be like going in and playing slot machines. It's like, why would you do that? I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, and some people maybe understand it. I don't even understand it, so I can't even get my head wrapped around it.
I was just gonna laugh, and I was gonna say, well, I don't understand it either, but somehow the Seminole Hard Rock is full of people playing slot machines somehow.
Oh, for sure. No, I get that. Right.
That's it, but it's not a smart decision, man. Is my point. Like people, be wary of this market just because everybody's getting in it. They're making a lot of money. We always see the stories of people hitting slot machines, man. Slot machines, they hurt my brain just pulling one wheel of a slot machine. And we got to get you on the poker kick, man, because that's the one game in a casino, folks, where you actually can have the edge, which is why I like to play that game. And every other one, you sit down, you might as well pretend like that you're not going to see that money again, because most times,
I love poker. I know what you're saying, though. But it's the truth. There's no doubt. So, You know, and sometimes, you know, it's interesting, folks. Okay, when I actually do go to a casino, which I haven't been to one in a couple of years now, but
right, I know
it cracks me up because I think we're so lucky because we're in the markets. Okay, so you don't have these urges like that. You're going to think you're going to make a whole bunch of money. Do you know what I mean? Because you know that you're in a probability game. It's like it's just a grind. Yeah. You know, once you understand that everything's a grind, it's like, okay, you know, it's the grind, okay? You know, you hear the stories that, yes, someone just, you know, made 50% overnight or something, but that's when you smooth that curve out, folks, that is not how it goes. You know, it's just not. Now, that being said, if you haven't test driven the Tiger's Den, folks, you should get out here because we got a tiger out here in the biotech business that is just turning people on left and right to equities that, you know, they decided they seem to always go up the same and down the same, but the bottom line is that they're all up today. I mean, it's like insane. And I'm not quite sure. I know. I'm not quite sure why all these little babies are moving, but take a look at some of these. This is like crazy, man. And they're in different parts of the biotech, but the bottom line is that this one here, so this is up 31 cents. It was trading at 90 cents this morning.
Azorix Biopharma maybe.
Yeah, and this is cystic fibrosis, I believe. That's
small company, $42 million, but when you're dealing with tiny biotechs, you're going to have that,
Yeah, that's right. And he gave it to everyone at 84 cents. Now you're at 340. Look at this one. This one is insane.
You're at 127. Folks. Finish that thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now this one's insane. You've actually heard me talk about this because I had pulled it up from a few times. This is genetic tech. Now this is up, and he was shooting for the high volume high. And he had a high volume high at $5.24. Okay, so that's what all these tigers were shooting for. And what ends up happening? It gaps higher today to 760, folks. Okay, it's like, okay, man, this looks like it's a COVID one, right? This is update on COVID-19. So, molecule diagnosis company, genetic technologies.
And I think it's a genetic test for those that would be most predisposed to COVID and a greater illness from it.
Oh, more than COVID. Okay, yeah, right. Wow.
More than COVID, but that's that it's kind of a genetic marking.
Breast cancer. That's a big one.
Yeah. So in breast cancer, I know you can kind of look for those that are highest risk that are predetermined to it, and that's kind of a similar deal to COVID, but the man Dan is saying in there more than just the COVID, but pretty cool when you start thinking where we are in bio. I mean, some of. The vaccine itself right now, you think about, I mean, that thing was created, folks, in like days. They got the genome of the virus and they created the vaccine in like days. And they had to go through, the process to make sure it's safe, but literally days now because we understand the genes of everything. And this same technology, hopefully, is going to show some real promise for other diseases or illnesses out there, cancer thrown about. It's just, it provides some hope, man, when you think about how it works. It programs the body to attack and use its own kind of fighting power against cells. It kind of marks those cells and lets the body fight them.
And if you
pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to see a movie, it's one of them that you can really get to understand it on a very common sense basis. On Netflix, I think it's if you search CRISPR, it's
okay.
And it's a great movie, man. I mean, it's it brings it down to a level that you can kind of understand it. And I think one of the biggest things out of it has to do with it's your own cells that basically they're making your own cells to fight everything else, which is pretty wild, man. I mean, it
sure is.
Yeah. We're basically in this era now. There's no doubt about it. And ethically, folks, you're going to see fights out here. Because ethically, there's plenty of people that think that we, shouldn't live to 100 or 110 screwing with your body. But guess what? You can go back to the horse and buggy days and say, okay, if you get a steam engine, whether you want to stay with a horse and buggy, I don't think so. But that's a personal choice. There's no doubt about that. Dollar still can't hold the price out here. The Qs, though. NDX 100, yeah.
I know we're coming into the break. Maybe we can take a look. I think we get, let me see, do we get Intel earnings? IBM? We get Intel? We do. We get Intel after the bell tonight. We might get IBM after the bell tonight. Yeah, we do. Let's take a look at those when we come back, all right?
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Oh, welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial's up 48. You get the Nasdaq up 69. S&P's up 6. And we're looking at IBM too, Tom, right? See?
We sure were. So just pulling up the expected moves coming out, both of these companies with earnings after the bell tonight. So IBM trading at about 131. It's interesting. I was just pulling this back. When you look at, quite a downtrend. I got a monthly up here, pretty well-defined channel line bouncing around right in the middle. But they're looking for, when you pull up the Analyze tab, so it's almost about a $6 move. That's a little bit of volatility for IBM in the cloud, seeing how they've done over the last 90 days. And Intel, seeing what kind of move we can expect for Intel. You're talking about 5.5% or so, $3.27 for a $59 stock.
Wow.
Intel. Yeah,
that's a big move, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they've had some volatility recently even. So, yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, look at that. There's no doubt. No doubt. You know, one of the Tigers just put this up in the den. I mean, I'll go as quick as I can with this, but this is pretty cool because this guy, Barry Sternlicht, folks, okay, really talented guy in a big way. He's saying, okay, so the SPAC market, SPAC, that's, you know, that's when they open a company. They don't know what they're going to do with it. They buy a place. Okay, he's saying, I'm just watching the starters, companies that I passed on for $5 billion market cap are trading at a $20 billion market cap with 1% gross margins and a completely undefensible business with new competitors taking their lunch. I mean, this guy, folks, if you Google this guy, I've followed this guy a long time. He's really a bright guy, man. And he's, I like how he lays things out, man. It's like, and it's the truth. He's saying.
The best, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad at the end he goes, the guy wants $2 billion. They say, I'll pay you $3 billion.
Oh, man. Folks, stay right there. We got Think or Swim coming up next. Man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow. Folks.